Hey, what's going on, team? As we wrap up our week with trading, I want to congratulate everybody that has had a green week this week. We've been killing it on the live trading. I think that is something that is safe to say will stick around within the Discord server from here on out. As for tomorrow, SPY's pushing up into highs, so it's very easy analysis. We're just looking for either a new high or a rejection, right? Very, very simple analysis on the overall market. What I have for you for the watch list are going to be a few plays that are most likely going to be on the watch list. Then I have about 5, I'm going to call them alternate plays that may or may not make the watch list depending on where they open up at. So make sure that you're paying attention to all of these because they are interchangeable, right? The watch list will usually change by the morning, and given where the market gaps up to or gaps down to, will depend on which stocks make the watch list versus which ones do not. So the first one on the watch list for tomorrow is AMD. Had a monster run today off of the 200 EMA, reclaiming the 50 EMA. I call this the respectful stock because AMD really likes to obey the support and resistance points. So you see 74 is a major support point. It's been validated multiple times. And most recently, 84 has been the resistance. So now that we're back trading just under 84, all that we're looking for is a continuation play from here with a break over 84, price target being around 86, and then 88 if it decides to go that far. Very simple analysis there. The second one on the watch list for tomorrow will be Apple. So this was actually one that we were watching intraday, and it was interesting because SPY was pushing up, but Apple was unable to break this 135 level of resistance, so it didn't necessarily make any new lows, but it's not breaking the resistance at 135. So because this point is pretty clear as a resistance, I want to include it on the watch list for tomorrow. So we're looking for a break of 135. Otherwise, I think that we have a potential short play below, let's say 133.5, below this price action here, with a profit target of about 132 in mind. To the top side, I'm going to go back to the daily chart time frame. There is resistance around 137.5, 138. That would be my profit target top side if we were able to break 135. The next one on the watch list for tomorrow is Tesla. So recently broke out of this bull flag. We actually caught this move on the way up, met some resistance at 780 and has come down. But today got kind of saved off of these lows. So we have like this weird double bottom pattern right here. We actually took a short position below 730 for the move down, but we now have support around 725. So what we are looking for is a continuation from the break of this downward trend line right here and a recovery move back up. Right now, the trigger level I think I'm going to have set at either 745 or 750. And that can change depending on, if Tesla decides to make some overnight moves. Just for a reference, these trigger levels that I'm giving now, they can change and likely will change by the morning. So just use them as guidance points for right now, and make sure to adjust them in the morning according to the overnight moves. The next 4 charts will be side chart watches. One of them is AMC. This was a watch for us today over the $10 price point. It couldn't quite get there, but it didn't really pull down and reject. So we're just leaving that line there and looking for the same thing that we were looking for today, which was a pop move and break over $10. We actually got a little run up here to 1023, but the move didn't sustain and it came right back down. So we're looking for a break of 10 and the move top side. You don't need much on AMC to yield a decent profit. So if you're looking at like a 30 cent to 50 cent move, that should be enough on the contracts to yield about 15 to 20%, depending on if you're trading, what expiration you're trading, tomorrow's expiration or next week's. The next one on the side chart watch list will be NVDA. Very strong move up today into the highs. I don't know that I personally would like to trade this one because it does feel a little overextended here, but It is pushing into the highs, so we can't say that we would take, I wouldn't say that we're going to take it long over 648 or 649, just because the $650 whole number is just overhead, and that's a likely level of resistance, right? That's a nice round whole number. So I would just stay patient, wait for a break of 650 if we get it, and then possibly look at taking a trade on NVIDIA. Uber is the next one, UBER. So lots of kind of consolidation recently, really trying to validate this gap area as a support, but more importantly, that $61 is a pretty significant level of resistance. So there, and most recently here, you see 61 has been treated as a resistance. So what we are looking for tomorrow is a break of 61. I don't know that I would short this and let it unless it gets down into the gap area, which would be below 59. And the last one is Target. So this was one that was on the watch list for today, and it didn't make the move that we had anticipated, but you can see the setup here, right? Range trading at the highs, a break of 206 or 206.5 or 207 are all possible trades depending on if it gaps up or not. It closed again right here to the top side of this range. I mean, very close to 206. So we'll see what it can do tomorrow if we can get a move on this or not. All right, so the next 5 will be, I'm going to call them alternate plays because they're not quite set up yet, but there's a chance that they may be set up in the morning. And for example, the first one I'm talking about is Walmart. So there's this big gap area just over 141 up to about 144.5. But currently it's trading at 140.5. So I would want to see this open up just under 141. So that way we can catch the break move into that gap area. Otherwise, I don't see a trade here from where it's at. You know, Walmart doesn't make big moves intraday typically. So from where it's at, it's very possible that it could break, 140.4 and run up to 141 and get rejected. So for that reason, it's an alternate play, right? If it opens up near 141, it will make the watch list. Otherwise, just have an alert set there, and if it decides to go that high, we'll be ready to take the trade. Snapchat. This one is consolidating also in a range, kind of like Target. The only thing is that there is a wick that runs up to 66, and it's done this a couple of times in the past. So I'm going to draw a trend line at 66, and you see we're trading right at, 64 right now. So if this opens up near 66, I'd be interested in taking a trade on it. Plus earnings is coming up, so that may be a catalyst. Stocks kind of have a tendency, or can have a tendency, to run in anticipation of earnings. So we'll be looking for a move over 66. It needs to open up closer to that price point, though, kind of like Walmart, right? It needs to open up in this area above where today's high of day was at. RKT. This has been one that's been on our radar, and it's just not moving, but it's validating 22 as a support, treating 23 area as a resistance. It got some action here at the end of the day, midday, I guess, and closer towards the end of the day as well. So I'm curious to see if this can open up at or around 23.2. If we get the open near that price point, this looks good for a little pop move up and over. Just be careful, because this one likes to make these pop moves and then come right back down. So don't overextend your stay. All of these trades that I'm talking about are just for day trades, all right? RKT. The next one is BYND. I like the fact that it has pulled back so much and started to kind of consolidate. It's really choppy right now, but BYND is one that once it gets going, it really has potential to run. So I have my alert set at 140. We're a little far off from that price point right now, but a break over 140 would give us a new recent high and a break of the 50 and a break of the 200 EMAs on the daily chart. So keep an eye on this one. If not for this week, maybe this could be a play idea for next week. In fact, all of these alternate plays that I'm talking about can be play ideas for next week. I would feel comfortable with the levels on any of them. And the last one is ROKU. So currently trading at 388. What was the high today? 392. 400 is just overhead. So I'm not interested in taking a trade on ROKU until it breaks this $400 whole number. So keep your alerts set there. If it opens up near 400, we have a possible play. Otherwise, no bueno. All right, so I hope that you've enjoyed the video. Press the like button if you've done that, or if you have not done so already. Quick review for you. Apple, AMD, and Tesla will for sure be on the watch list, provided that they don't do anything crazy. AMC, NVDA, Uber, and Target, all side chart watch list stocks for us. And then our alternate plays will be ROKU, Snap, RKT, BYND, and Walmart, WMT. All of those have the potential to make the watch list, just depends on where they open up at. Thank you for your time. Let's make some money tomorrow. I hope that you've all enjoyed the live trading this week. We will be doing more of that again next week. So if you are not in the Discord server and that's something that you're interested in, the link to join is in the bio. Make sure you come and check us out and trade with us. All right? Have a good one. Let's make some money.